Hello everybody, it's Bee from Bespoke Crafts and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be using a stamp from Creative Expressions by Andy Skinner. I think there's about 6 in this collection. They are absolutely beautiful. So this one that I'm going to be doing, it says best friends come in all shape and sizes, and I just thought it was absolutely adorable. Now the problem with this, and I didn't give up with this one, is that I've stamped it onto linen card, which is it was a mistake, but I wanted just to carry on with it. To be fair, I'm using Memento ink, and I think I ended up um, stamping it maybe 6 times. I've also got the sentiment on there, but I'm not going to stamp that just as yet. I'm going to re-stamp it all after I've coloured it. Using my Uhuhu Honolulu 320 markers. I'm getting there. And anybody that's not watched my channel before, I cannot pronounce Uhuhu. And you'll also see on the sentiment I've got a little arrow that's pointing up, just so that I know, just by looking at it, which direction it actually goes, the sentiment goes. So this is the second time that I'm applying the ink, and like I say, I do think I do it about 6 times. I should have stopped and turned it over, but there you go. It's crafting. It's what we do. Some people won't even notice, and if they do notice, are they going to say anything? They're getting a handmade card. Probably not. And if they do, they need to be just grateful, is what I'm saying. But there you go. So I've sped through this a little bit more because, like I've said many times in my videos, watching ink dry is like watching paint dry. So I have done it numerous times. I've probably done it more than 6 actually. I'm not counting them, but I bought these stamps from our local stamp, our local craft shop. It's in Hayborough, if anybody's interested. The ladies that work there and the lady that owns it are absolutely lovely. And the company's called Stables Card Emporium. It's worth going. They are lovely. She does classes. She gives you bargains. She'd never rob you. She's just a lovely lady. And the lady that owns it's called Kim. So now you see me using my alcohol markers. Now you can't really tell the colours that I'm using because I'm doing a flesh colour now, but I wanted to do it because obviously this little girl's walking with no shoes on. Her feet are going to be a little bit grubby, so I'm using a darker shades. I have put the shades on the with the number facing up and the name on it facing up so that you can see. But when I've looked at the video prior to putting this the voiceover on, you can't really tell, so I need to have a look at my lighting. We're still thinking about a new camera. I don't know what we're going to do yet. Just bought a new battery for the GoPro. This is the first time I've used it, and the battery ran low after I think about 24 minutes, so you don't actually see me putting the card together. Excuse me. Because I had to stop it before the battery ran out. It was flashing at me. So I'm using 3 different colours to get the shading in on her hands, her legs, her face and her neck. And they are only very pale colours. I was actually considering whether I would just play some music over while I'm doing the blending and the shading, but I decided not to. That's a fib, actually. I didn't decide not to. I couldn't figure out how to do it. Anyway, so Merlin's quiet at the moment. I'll whisper that a little bit in case he wakes up. somebody had put a comment on a couple of videos ago that he was quite noisy. Well, for that particular video he was. So what I started doing is shutting the lounge door where he is, not fully to, just pulling it to, and putting nursery rhymes on Alexa for him. He does like listening to them. And I've got 3 dogs under my desk at the moment, all asleep, so they might start snoring. But at the moment we've got a peaceful house. No chirping and no barking. So you can see now that I'm writing the colours down on the piece of scrap, and that's just really for my visual, because I want to be looking at the shades as I'm obviously shading in. And I've decided to do the little girl's dressing in different shades of green. This card really doesn't need an awful lot of work on it. Well, it just doesn't. It's just beautiful. All the images are, and they're very much like Banksy, and that is what a lot of people have said. For the number for this stamp, it's called Creative Expressions Best Friends, and it's CERSR 062, and it's designed by Andy Skinner, and it's a pre-mounted pre-cut mounted rubber stamp set. There's 2 stamps in it, obviously the image and then the sentiment as well. I hope you can see the blending okay. I've zoomed in quite a little bit for this so that you're able to hopefully see what I'm doing. Like I say, I'm not sure whether it's the lighting or the shading. That's me looking into the side. I've got my ring light above, as you can see the glare. I put that mat there to try and take the haze off it a little bit, but I think I just need to go back to using I had a little bit of pink scrap card that was matte, so obviously it didn't shine off. So I think now I'm going to do her hair. No, I'm not using the greys. I'm going to do the little dog. I decided to do the dog in greys because obviously he's done in black. You could mask it off and do him in a different colour, like a tan or like a terracotta colour. If you masked her off, it should come out. I might try that at some point, but I wanted to get all the shading where the lighter bits would catch him. But I do just think these stamps are absolutely adorable. I only bought 2 out of the collection, and the second one I've got, if I can find it, actually tip my water all over. Oh yeah, the other one that I bought it's called I'll Be Your Umbrella, and it's a little girl stood on some grounding with an umbrella, facing away from you, and it just says in the sentiment, I'll be your umbrella. And that one, if you're interested in, is again Creative Expression stamps by Andy Skinner, and it's CEASR 061. But like I said, I'm sure there's 6 in the collection. I don't know whether there's 6 or 8, but if you get in touch, or the Stables Card Emporium, they are actually on Facebook if you search them up, and if you go to them, she's doing deals on them as well. I can't remember what the deals are, but it is a bargain for them, and they'll post them out as well. and they do Facebook Lives every Thursday, 11 o'clock I think it is. So now I'm just colouring a little girl's hair in. I've done the base. So now I'm going to put her back in the stamping platform, and I'm using Versamark Claire in the black, and I'm going to go over the stamping. This is a tip that I've mentioned before in previous videos that I got from Deb Hallett. If you haven't watched her channel, it's definitely worth going and having a look. This makes such a difference. It just finishes your card off. It brings the sharpness back that you had from the original stamping. That's like fuzzed off a little bit, obviously, because you've coloured it. But you have to make sure that you don't move your stamping platform. You don't move your stamp, if I can get my words out, and you put your paper in exactly the same place, which is why I'm using my mini Misty, so I can butt it right up into the corner. And there they've got the magnet. The magnet's really strong on this. The magnet was slightly in the way of the sentiment, so I've just itched it up a little bit. But you have to be careful even doing that, just to make sure that you don't move it, because if you get a blur on it, you know, movement, it looks like a blur and it looks awful. I think I just do this a couple of times. And again, apologies for my bruises on my hands. As you know, I've mentioned in previous videos, I've got a medical condition, and the medication makes me bruise extremely easily. What I'll see back to the card now is when I've just stamped that, applied the ink, I've only applied the ink right to the right hand side of the sentiment, because it was just missing a little bit, possibly because of the linen card that I've used. So I didn't want to apply it to the whole of the stamp, because the font is so fine. If you apply it and add too much pressure, it squashes it. So this is the finished card, and like I say, my battery's gone low, so the next images that you will see is the card that I've put together, and I used a dark green, like a sagey colour, as a matte layer for it. So I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I will see you again very soon. Bye for now.